look horrible and I'm really tired. I don't think I need to state why. All right. Look, I'm supposed to say this. All right. So, okay. Um, I personally really see why I came here. This is just something candid. I'm going to go ahead and do it and hope. I don't think it'll happen anymore. I don't think they're going to come rushing to my house trying to declare nonsense. Okay. Like when I went to Chicago, like when I went to England, anyone who's intelligent can see what I'm doing, right? So I came here. I came here without realizing that it was fate. It's the same thing as California. I ended up there, but it did a lot of work while I was there. It was pretty important to show how the Northwest Territory was taken. And unfortunately, really, it's pretty simple how the cards were destined to fall was I'm like a public, so they know me. And it was just bad, man. They were coming, they bashed from San Francisco to Santa Monica, bash you on the sidewalks and all this stuff. I don't want to get too into it, but people know they were there, the alphabets, so they know. They're like, wow, this is bad here, dude. And how like I couldn't get a fry job. I couldn't, yeah, this stuff, right? We know. I don't need to keep recapping that, but that one I didn't see. Jesus had planned for me to, yeah, totally be disowned by my family and all this stuff. It was brutal, brutal. He had a plan though, so that and DC were like planned by Jesus. I didn't see that one, but Jesus guided me. I want you to go to Chicago, so I did, and we see why. So we see where I go. It's like clear, right? It's interesting when we look back on it. But this is the point. And thank you for bearing with me. I'm supposed to film this. So when I left Staten Island, I had movers get my belongings. What was feasible to take, I had to abandon a lot of things. Very unfortunate, but I did. I don't want to think about it because it's upsetting. But what I have is what you can see here, and I put it in storage in DC. Now, what I was thinking was a lot of other things, like I'd get a job here and life would go on and finish my degree. This I have mentioned, so there's evidence to that in my past electronic footprint. But that wasn't what Jesus knew was what he had planned. He had planned that by the grace of God, I would even keep my property in storage, which I did. I, by amazement, did. Remember the guy with the black glove and how like fucking scary it was at that fucking storage unit? Yeah, this shit's all over here, but that's what I'm getting. So, by the grace of God, I kept my personal property to prove I existed. This means so much on so many levels, all right? Yeah, I'm an actual person in this country, okay? Right. These Al Qaeda motherfuckers and these white nationalists don't play. All right. I think a lot of people are starting to see that. Um, Poppy General knew that. All right. Some of these CIA folks, seasoned career, know that. All right. So I kept it by the grace of God all there. Jesus had planned for me to go to San Francisco. I never saw that. I had no plans on going to California. Okay, so I did what I did there. And America was going through its thing with Trump while I was there, and the world was turning, you know, all this. This is before the pandemic. So, you know, here I am on the planet and I'm doing what I'm doing and everyone's doing what they're doing, but you see how it all interplays. And so this is just personal and candid. That's why I'm filming it. So then I catch the Greyhound, crazy fucking ride there to DC. And I, by the grace of God, was able to get my stuff out of storage. Long story short, by the grace of God, I moved in here. At the time he was putting out his ads here to rent these rooms on Craigslist, I don't think he had some sort of mens rea, even after I applied and he had accepted me to move in, my green light, it was about a week. It wasn't long, but it was about a week that the white one here in Allegation turned this into smoke and mirrors, mens rea, all sorts of bad, premeditated stuff. Because she's allegedly a fucking meth dealer. I don't have to say anymore, okay? So, but this is how Jesus had it planned. I'm going to have you go from California to DC, and you're going to come here. And I'm going to protect you in this room. No crazy gang members or any sort of stuff that I've been putting up is going to happen. It's going to be nice and quiet, and this lady's going to keep on thinking she's a spy, doing her spy thing. I allege this about her and the house next door. And you are, while you're here, with the sirens like they are, they're not even as bad as they used to be. You're going to listen to salsa music, and you're going to do these things. And this is true, what I did. I ran the global Third Reich out of DC. Remember that? Remember when all the white nationalists were at Virginia? That was a big one. I don't have to speak to the choir. They were trying to attack the Capitol. It was real. I have been diverting attacks. I'm not the only one, but I'm a player in that. And it's really important. And I know that, all right? I helped divert a serious attack on the Capitol all that whole time. Then what did he do? He put out COVID, the meth head in the White House, Trump. After that, he attacked all these other nations with a biological weapon, and he attacked his own country, continuing to try to destabilize and attack the country. Yeah, to take dictatorship, blah, blah, blah. So what did I do? I stopped the global Third Reich. I ran them out. Then I kept on, I can't remember right now, but I did mad stuff while I was here. It's so clear to me why I came to DC, because this is what's going on, right? I've been aware of this, and so has the experts for like years, right? That they've got all their despots here. They've got all their political figures involved with Al-Qaeda and with Russia here. So they've got all these rich and powerful despots here, and they have like a ground force here of gang member jihadists, all sorts of different echelons of Al-Qaeda people, cells all over the place. I said this before. This is like getting to be a broken record. I've said it for so many years. That's one of the ground forces that protects these despots here for the overthrow, okay? Then they've got the other ones around, dispersed around white nationalists. And then they've got them here in certain parts of DC. They have full-on underground, it was, not anymore, sects of straight white supremacist KKK. Okay, that's in DC. So that's kind of their ground force that protects these political people in power to bring on the violent overthrow and politicide. Politicide would have been people like me, Schiff. Remember when Trump did that? He was, I allege, but look, this is candid, my candid video. I sit in here and I'm pretty sure of it. And you know, these CIA experts, they got evidence on this. They're not fucking laughing about any of this. He's trying to round people up. Yeah, the whole deal, dude. So it was really important that I was here. I diverted with a whole crew all this stuff, dude. All of this stuff. Remember with Biden, Iowa, Hillary, here we come again with Al-Qaeda. She's going to do it. Her and Pelosi will get it done. Me and Schumer, and we'll do it. We're loyal to Al-Qaeda. We'll do it. This has been something that they've been like pretty steadfast on since 1992. So that's what I'm saying. This is candid. It was so important that Jesus saw that. I didn't see that. I knew the numbers and I knew the whole scenario, but I didn't know that they were trying, and like I just listed with the Global Third Reich, it was so bad with the stuff I was doing with the Global Third Reich. Remember, they split and went back to fucking Europe, and then Trump, the KKK, everybody, the narco state, the U.S. organized crime, decided to take it all over. Remember, no, this is fucking, I sit here and I choose to believe all this. You can go ahead and stop analyzing me and trying to rush my house. Leave me alone. All right, I'm not talking to all the DCPD. I think this is pretty much resolved with them. I'm talking about the Al-Qaeda motherfuckers here and the far right here. Just stop. All right, you know I did it. with my team. But so I'm looking back now, and I know that's my time to go ahead and move away from DC, all right? And it's so clear to me, it's just candid, but it's so clear to me that I never saw that. I never saw that Jesus had planned it, that I put my things in storage here, because I would never have come back to DC if not for my personal property. I don't know, I would have, who knows, gone where, but it wouldn't have been here, okay? It was so vital that I came here. So I'm glad I did. I gotta go, and I already wrote down how don't know how I'm going to do anything, because I'm bewildered with the United States civilians. I'm in shock and horror. But I got Jesus, and He has a plan, and I know that. Um, but I clearly see it. That in San Francisco, I never saw those two. But I just wanted to, and I'm very tired, so if I had a point beyond that, I can't remember. Um, but this shit is really serious, so I do remember it. Jesus just reminded me. Okay, some like LAPD, okay, they're not so sympathetic to what happened here with the DCPD. But why I just explained all this is because I was in California. No, it's not good. The population is more of a US population thing that is out of control that's happening in California. But it's not like LAPD is getting, the walls are coming in on all their officers, because all the United States despot politicals in power are in LA. No, they're in DC. The walls, the last year, have been literally coming in on DCPD. And so I think they need to remember some of these facts. All right, because we need to really all start to game together. And we do, because Iran and Russia are really about to do it. Okay, I'd be surprised if they don't. And we already have enough problems with the civilians. I mean, clearly they don't care about people. It's bad. No, it's not good, dude. But here, there's gang problems in Chicago and LA. Chicago's a big problem. That's where I was. Hello. But here is where the political people in power all are. And they have this ground force around them. So what we have now is what you see in DuPont. This is my lecture. I'm not a CIA expert, but I think I have some say in this. You have what you see in DuPont. You have your white nationalist terrorist cells, but you have mostly these methed out whack jobs, but they're violent. They can all be violent. Don't write that off. And you have your different echelons of a threat as far as white nationalists go, but your main body of ground force is these jihadist gangs, and you find them here. You find them. They're some of the shot callers are in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and you find them in Mass and Chicago. Okay, so me and people like me, I could just go down the list, of all the alphabets that are patriots. We're here in DC, and we got that around us. They're coming in on us. We're all right. We're ahead of this, but it's bad. It's really bad how they structured it. They set up all these Al-Qaeda cells. Yeah. And they got all these different echelons levels here. It was all structured for the overthrow of the Capitol, Maryland, the DC Metro. They're not going to take it, but now we are here with some really pissed off fucking terrorists. And remember when I was diverting the white nationalists when they were coming? Oh, I don't fall back from this. They were coming, remember, in from Virginia and stuff. So them folks are still out there, and that's the militia ones. So, right. I'm just saying that. I'm just really glad I came here and did what I did. I do need to go. I will make a way because I'm really done. I'm really done. But no, I'm not leaving with like a lot of hatred, except for the ones that are evil that deserve to be hated. But no, I'm glad I came here. I can't say I regret it. The fucking shit I did was fate. It was absolute fate. I didn't even plan on coming back here if it wasn't for my property. It was fate. It was as much of fate as ending up in San Francisco in that horrible year I spent there because my family disowned me. So, but I'd already been kind of disowned by them a long time before that, but it was, official. My mom and I were still hanging tight, but we don't talk too much anymore. I don't think I don't know. I'm just going to keep giving that to God. My mom has got a good heart and just putting that on the side burner. But I've been basically disowned by my family, so I know about all this, okay? I know I had my stepmom come after me. I found out my dad might be dead in Mexico. I mean, come on. Come on. All right, I just wanted to get that over that people outside of DC need to remember what's going on here, okay? All right, God bless America. Say goodbye.